Hey guys, and welcome to Two Beards Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Nick. The other one over here is Levi. And
What do you mean over here? What if they're on the audio?
are we centered, both our voices in the mix?
Yeah, it's just a mono recording.
Okay, so the other one here is Levi. And we got some fruit, bitter, spicy beer in front of us.
Yeah, normally we're a beer podcast,
Almost exclusively.
except we changed our name at some point so we could do other things. And today, not because we don't have any beer to drink, because we're totally...
What?
Yeah, we have plenty.
We plan ahead and always have beer ready for podcasts.
So today, just to break it up, because we have beer, we're drinking a little mezcal.
Yes. Not in its original fashion, though. Am I wrong in saying that?
No, we're gonna make a little drink. So if you're not familiar with mezcal, you might recognize it as a close sister to tequila, which sometimes it is. Other times it has more of a smokier flavor, which this does.
Thankfully.
So we're drinking the Fidencio Mezcal, Jehovah's, so it's not aged. You want to give it a little taste?
Yeah, no, absolutely. What I found interesting as we read about it for all of 2 seconds is that tequila is exclusively blue agave. I don't think I knew that. I knew tequila was made from agave, but I didn't realize it was exclusively blue.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you what is blue agave and what isn't.
I don't know.
I know what an agave plant looks like. That's
more than me.
It's like a weird, like cactus aloe kind of looking thing.
That's cool. That's cool. Probably, I've probably seen one then.
Probably
in California, I imagine. Yeah. So that's exclusive. Wait, is that supposed to be like that? Is your knife going to fall at some point in time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably.
That's very.
We have a hanging knife on the set today.
It's very weird.
It's not. Not planned.
No. I mean, again, if we might just have a loud bang in the middle of the podcast, we'll see.
Here we are.
Yeah. So blue agave, mezcal can be made from literally any agave. They don't give a fuck. I found that it's primarily, there's like 7 different species it's primarily used.
I'm not a botanist.
Well, I am. So 7 different species is typically used, but it has no restrictions. So
what they do is take off all the leaves, get to the heart or the piña, and then they roast it for a few days in like a ground oven with hot rocks, and then that's kind of what gives it mezcal its smoky flavor. So, fun fact.
Are we tasting or are we shooting?
I'm tasting.
Okay,
this is I give you a little.
Gave a big boy pour. So we're just gonna shoot this because it's a lot to sip on.
We could.
I think I'm gonna do a couple sips. And then I'm gonna shoot it.
Yeah, just take it at your own pace.
Totally, absolutely. It's not a race, except it is. So
I mean, we're here for a podcast, so
here for a good time and apparently a long time. Yeah, it's very, very smoky, but there's something else going on smell wise.
I don't get a lot of smell. Whenever I smell mezcal, my mind just goes to tequila.
Yeah.
And I think salt and lime. Like it makes me think ocean water. But the taste is, you definitely have a lot of those tequila vibes, like particularly on the alcohol burn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hard. You saw my face if you're watching the video podcast. It's a bit harsh up front.
Yeah.
And then it gets a lot more subtle and more smoky.
It smooths out, this one anyways, with kind of a smoky, nutty flavor almost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know if you get kind of that you're the nut expert, so you like your cashews.
That I do. I do love cashews a lot.
I don't eat nuts very much. Or any kind, really. Peanut butter, that's where I go.
It's nutty and then it's floral. It starts off harsh, then it gets nutty and smoky, and once the smoke starts to come more into play, the nuttiness kind of calms down and it gets a little florally.
It's often kind of compared to a whiskey of tequilas.
Ah, yes.
Kind of makes sense. So what we're doing today is a spicy mezcal old fashioned that I have fashioned, if you will, a recipe for.
I will.
So, yeah, not taken from anywhere else. This is just kind of my take on what I would do with it.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do after we finish this.
Mm.
What do you think about just the mezcal in general? Like, general thoughts?
I like it. I think, like I said, it's just harsh up front, but it has a good payoff. Like,
you're not a tequila drinker. Like, you don't like tequila at all.
No, I do not like tequila at all. There has been one tequila that I have enjoyed. Well, hear me out.
Yeah.
I do not ever want to do a shot of tequila, ever.
Sure.
I don't like that. I will fuck with margarita.
Yeah. That's nice margarita.
That's delicious. Yeah. But I mean, that's like, it's heavily complemented by everything else that's going on in there. But there's been one tequila, and I can't remember the name of it, but I got my brother this tequila for Christmas one year, and I took like a little sip of it, and I'm like, whoa, I would throw an ice cube in this and just drink it. It was nuts.
That's how I feel about like nice mezcals.
Mm-hmm.
Like my dad's favorite, which is called Illegal. Very smoky. It's actually, I think it's probably an aged mezcal. It's got like a more whiskey even color. That one's very smooth.
Yeah, I think if you threw an ice cube in this, it would be a lot nicer to drink, like by itself.
Yeah,
calm down a little bit of that harshness up front, and probably bring out a lot more of that smoky flavor.
Yeah, you could probably just throw it in the freezer too, and
could do. Well, and it's not even like just the temperature though. I think adding a little bit of water to it would kind of nice personally.
A little dilution.
Yeah.
So never be scared to dilute your drinks.
Yeah. It works. It helps sometimes.
Especially in old fashioned. They're like, well, I mean, most cocktails are. They're intending to dilute with water so things mix a little bit better, things get cold, things, sweeten up. Like when you're preparing an old fashioned in the glass, the idea is to stir it until like right before it's at its perfect drinkable moment. So when you give it to like someone who's drinking it, their first sip is when it's like perfectly chilled and diluted.
Right. Yeah. It's all blended.
And I talk about this a lot. I talk about old fashions that a good old fashioned has an experience throughout the drink. Mm-hmm. So like whereas up front you might get more of the whiskey notes, like towards the end, it's as things have diluted down a little bit, it's like it gets a little bit sweeter.
Yeah. Yeah. And you've changed the way that, I feel like we've talked about this relatively recently, but you've changed the way that you make old fashions too, where you used to use sugar cubes and now you've kind of almost, I would probably just say exclusively at this point, use simple syrup.
Yeah. This is a homemade Demerara simple syrup. Don't buy simple syrup ever. It's stupid because it's stupid.
It's stupid easy to make.
The easiest thing to make.
Yeah.
And then most of the time I stick with the Demerara because to me, it's just a more complex flavor that kind of gives that sweetness. I mean, maybe I wouldn't use it in like fruity drinks because it's like kind of got that caramely brown sugar, but in a lot of like whiskey stuff, almost always it's better.
Well, and allegedly it's better for you too because it's not white
refined.
Sugar.
Yeah. So, yep, it's just 1 part sugar, 1 part water. You throw it on the stove till the sugar's dissolved, let it cool, and then pour it in a bottle.
Yeah, you're literally done.
done. It's just the easiest thing to make.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, like even this bottle. So I got it from the Met.
Yeah, you did.
This bottle is like $4.99.
Right.
So it's just like sugar costs next to nothing. Same with water. And then these bottles are just also cheap. It's just like an easy solution.
Yeah. And you're only buying the bottle once. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine you're probably spending on probably at least half the size, if not, even less, like $4.99 on a bottle of simple syrup.
Exactly.
So it's like it's just stupid. It's just a waste of money. Just fucking make your own.
And it's better.
Absolutely. So,
Should we just like get into it?
yeah, I guess.
While I'm doing this, which I'll explain what I'm doing. I just want to comment. Why is the weather so fucking shitty?
Mm-hmm.
We're like mid-July now,
and it's like in the 50s in the mornings,
and it was raining today.
So I thought that was weird because not by me. And I come out here, I literally am getting on the off ramp of the 5 to get on Sprague, and I see water like on the ground. I'm like, the fuck? And then the more I come like towards your house, there's just like, it rained here. It did not rain at my house, and I'm like 10 minutes away. So
I'm a little salty about it.
Yeah. No, it's stupid because I mean the sun's out. The actual temperature is pretty nice now. Like I think it's like 60s or something like that. What is it?
Like it was like 68.
Yeah, it's 70 right now.
Yeah.
So it's nice. But yeah, man, it's just been shitty. But I think I'm glad we're going camping this weekend, and I'm glad we're doing
Allegedly.
that. I don't see how we're not.
Well, we're not right now, so
I guess.
Okay, so starting off with Demerara simple syrup. I do like, to me, simple syrup, you put how much you want in it. If you want a little sweeter, you pour a little more. If you don't want it sweet, pour a little less. Luckily, with simple syrup, it's kind of up to you. I do probably less than a quarter ounce.
I'm going to stop you right here before you continue with what you're about to do.
Okay.
I do not need this Call of Duty spicy. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. The other night I poured a little heavy on the simple syrup, so I was like, I'm gonna increase it with the Firewater bitters, which is next. This stuff, it's delicious.
Yeah.
It is tasty. It is so good. But it's a spicy boy.
Yeah, it is. It's real spice. Like I had like just the tiniest little of it, and your mouth is like, whoa. Yeah, you feel it. So
yeah, even that will be.
Where'd you get it?
Probably the Met. It's Scrappy's Bitters is the brand. It's a pretty popular brand of bitters.
Got it.
So yeah, we're gonna do that, and then we'll add some ice we have close by.
That was a big drink.
Yeah, that was. I don't know why you did that.
It was more than I thought it was going to be.
And then we'll just do a couple ounces of mezcal.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. I should have ate something.
This is really hard to do while sitting down.
I do believe that. I've had this once before and quite enjoyed it.
It's an interesting drink, especially how I do it.
Mm-hmm. Well, the Firewater bitters adds everything, really. It makes the drink, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. So, like, a lot of people make the mezcal old fashions, and they just kind of replace the whiskey with the mezcal, which is fine. Like, that's what you're looking for.
Right.
It's just when I kind of thought about how I would do a mezcal old fashioned, I don't know. I just wanted to switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I think the 4th of July was the first time that you'd made it for me, and it was just fantastic. I think I tried you had me try the Firewater bitters like earlier that week or something. And yeah, it took me by surprise. I forget, you prepped me in a way that I wasn't going to be completely shocked by what I was drinking. But at the same time, it was more than I thought it was going to be.
So this is kind of where I start to get a little weird. Normally, an old fashioned, have already put in the Angostura bitters. I'm not going to do that yet. And normally, you do an orange peel with a little aromatics over it. So today, and on this drink recipe, I am going to do an orange slice. It's going to add a lot more citrus flavor, which is going to help kind of balance out the spice, as well as really give you a lot of citrus aromatics while you're drinking it. So
yeah,
I'm not going to muddle it, anything like that. Just put an orange slice in there.
Is without the orange is stanky.
Give it a good taste and let us know what you think.
Ooh, that smells like stinky feet right now.
Okay,
you should try it.
You need an orange slice, orange wedge, whatever. It doesn't really matter. This is just kind of for fun.
Yeah, no, that is I mean, it's good. But it's like the orange just adds a lot.
Oh yeah. And then so what I'm going to do is I'm going to float, not like by any scientific method, just kind of on the orange and on the ice. I'm going to float like 10 to 12 dashes of Angostura. So that's going to, I don't know how to describe the Angostura bitter flavor. It's like citrus, cinnamon, like rum. I don't know. It's weird.
Cinnamon's a bit of a stretch, I know, but it's honestly like if you just get a drink anywhere that has bitters in it, chances are it's going to be Angostura. Like it's like probably the most popular brand, I would say. No, is that fair to say?
Yeah, no, it's Angostura is like the one bitter that everyone kind of knows. It's what you would use in an old fashioned. So I kind of like doing this, because I think it tastes good. Also, I don't know if you guys can see this very well, but it kind of gives it this like bloody look. It's like someone bled into your drink, which is disgusting, but also cool.
It looks cool. That's for sure. It definitely looks cool.
All right. What do you think?
Presentation wise is, 10 out of 10. Looks fantastic.
And you don't stir it at this point. You want that like bloody kind of.
Yeah. It's definitely mingling in there. Yeah, see, it's just like that perfect balance of, sweet and citrus, a bit of spice, a bit like a bit of smoke from the mezcal. Like I think the smokiness probably comes out more like of all the flavors that are going on with just the mezcal by itself. I think the smokiness kind of shows itself the most in this drink specifically. And then, the sugar just kind of, I already said it's balance of sweet. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's strange.
It's a lot of like seemingly contrasting flavors that just work so well together.
It's a lot going on, but it's like a dance.
Everyone takes their turn.
You're like, oh, that's spicy.
I see the orange. Like, may I cut in, sir?
Oh, there's the smoke.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
But they all play well.
Oh yeah.
Like
what do you call a foursome? A foursome? It's like a foursome in your mouth.
Yeah. If you wanted a foursome in your mouth, then here you go.
Here you go.
For you.
Yeah.
If you were going to compare this to a cocktail or rank it among cocktails that you like,
oof.
I know you're not a huge cocktail drinker, but like,
yeah, I was gonna say even just comparing it to,
or if you want to give it a letter grade, I have a hard time saying like grading my own drink because
it's an A. Okay, it's an A.
If you got this at a bar,
I would go back to that bar.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. It's easy to say.
It's a great drink, and you do it well. I mean, so we were looking it up before, and you're like, "What the fuck are you looking up?" And I was like, "Mezcal Old Fashions," and you're like, "I made this," and I was like, "Yeah, but these guys have this." And as we were looking at it, like we said earlier on, you're like, "Yeah, but they really just kind of made an old fashioned and just subbed the whiskey out for mezcal." Whereas this is like you kind of have your own ratios. You kind of play with the bitters a bit, and really you play with the bitters extremely once you introduce the firewater into the mix. So
yeah, I would say, not to like speak up my own drink by any means. I really enjoy it, and I'm a big fan of make the drink that you like.
Yeah.
So it's like if someone doesn't like my drink, then it's like I don't really care. I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's just not for you, but I will drink it.
Yeah. But it is, I would say, the one of the big things that it has going for it, in my mind, is that it feels intentional.
That's what I'm saying. Like there's a lot of seemingly contrasting flavors. Because there's just a lot of different things. Again, the mezcal, you think, okay, mezcal and orange. It's like, well, at least especially this mezcal too. I think this brand specifically works so well in this drink.
It has to be a smoky mezcal
because that's what it is, right? But that's what I'm saying is like you think, oh, I'll take like this. So you think like you take a scotch, like a real smoky Islay scotch. You're not really going to put in orange in that, you know, it's just not, you don't do that. It's not normal. And of course, if you like it, do whatever the hell you want, but it's just not normal. You don't see it.
A Glenmorangie, make an old fashioned out of that.
Yeah. But,
maybe that'll be a future episode. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? But I mean, again, you pair that smoky and spicy. It's kind of, so it has like that like Chipotle feel kind of going on.
That's good. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool and very obscure. I've had a Chipotle beer once, a couple times actually, and the Half Acre had one, and I was like, it's pretty good. I don't hate it.
Yeah.
We tried that one by Alaskan, right? That like Chipotle smoked porter or something.
No, that was the Alaska. Well, maybe it was Chipotle smoked, but that was the Alaskan smoked porter. That was the one that you had. And I was drinking one of the porters that you sent.
Oh, right. Because, yeah, you couldn't find the Alaskan.
I could not get it, which is weird.
Then, like the week later,
you can't get Alaskan,
right? No, right. Well, yeah,
it's difficult to find.
It's difficult to find. Yeah, it was literally Binny's. It was like the Beverage Depot.
Like I can't get Revolution.
Right.
It wasn't that you can't get Alaskan.
It's just really hard to find, and even when you do, there's like 3 of their beers.
Yeah.
So the fact that they had one of their like seasonals was weird.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, no, it's like you really do. You have like a citrusy, like Chipotle, like smoked kind of drink going on here, and it feels very intentional. Everything that's going on. So,
yeah, I would say this is like the best best drink for just like a fucking gnarly homemade burrito. Like a nice, like you just grilled some carne asada, cut the meat, like a fresh, like made burrito, guac, like salsa, all that with this is just like,
yo, are we getting Maddie again today?
Good deal. But like, yeah, you got to have a bigger burrito than you think. Like you got to do like the tortilla overlaid with another tortilla spread, like roll. You know what I mean? You can't go basic on the burrito if you're gonna pair it with this guy. That's all I'm saying.
In your bar when you have it, $5 burrito nights, is that fair? Because it doesn't have to be a huge burrito, you know. You really just spend the money on the steak, probably.
I would probably do carnitas.
Okay. Because then $5 is really reasonable.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe.
And then maybe you have like a happy hour of these bad boys, and that kind of forces people to try this.
Yeah.
I mean, because I think you see this on the menu, and only people like you are gonna be like, "Oh, I want to try that."
Yeah.
Everybody else
that's
is
probably
like,
true.
this is kind of fucking weird. What's this firewater shit? Fuck that. I don't like spicy. But it's not overwhelmingly spicy the way you do it. And it balances with the sweetness and the citrus. So it just works.
Yeah.
So I just think this is a really cool drink that, you know, if you're reading this on a piece of paper.
You pair it well with food, and it's just like.
Exactly.
It's even more incredible, right?
Right. No, 100%. And so on paper, it sounds weird, but fuck me if it just doesn't work perfectly. Fuck me if it doesn't. Just fuck me.
Yeah, you know.
But no, it's perfect. It's absolutely fantastic drink. So, good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you like it.
Absolutely. No, I think I was going to say towards the beginning of this podcast that there's very few drinks that I've had that you've made me that I dislike. And that's probably because you were just testing the waters. Like you typically, I mean, we talked a bit about this. We talked a bit about this when we were talking about our weekend and how you like to curate an experience for people. And so it's very interesting that you won't be able to remember someone's name, but you'll be able to make them a dinner that is curated to them perfectly.
Yeah, and like I'm a very big advocate of memories and relationships are built at the dinner table, whether that's like actual dinner or whether it's just drinks or, you know, whatever it is. Because I'm like a little bit of an awkward person, I guess. And I think having a barrier of food and beverages makes it more comfortable for me and probably for everyone in general, honestly. It's like, it's so much easier to be in a group of people that you don't know. Mm-hmm. If you're just sitting at a table, like a round table with like 8 other people that you don't know, and you don't have a drink or food in front of you, really weird.
Like, what am I supposed to talk about here? Like, what? And
you have a couple. If everyone at your table has one of these, right?
Sparks are flying.
Yeah.
You know, both verbally and
some people are going to like it. Some people are not going to like it. Some people are going to really love it. Some people are going to think it's the most disgusting thing in the world. But
then you bring out the burritos and those people are like, hey, it's not so bad.
But yeah, it's a good icebreaker. Like drinks and food are a good icebreaker, especially if you can bond over some aspect of it.
Totally. I was having a conversation with my sister, and I don't know how we got here, but we were talking about alcoholics, and she's like, you know, the way I see it is like, if you can't have fun without alcohol, then maybe you've got a problem. And I told her, you know, I'm like, well, my opinion is like, sure, I can have fun without alcohol, but why would I want to?
Yeah,
I don't know. I say too, like, you know, people. It comes up more often than not, which is kind of weird. But like, if I didn't like the taste of an alcohol or like beer, I wouldn't drink it, right? Like, I could very easily just never have alcohol again in my life if it didn't taste good to me.
I mean, like, let's be honest. Lesbians.
Sure.
If we drank to get drunk, why would we ever drink the high life?
Because men, it just doesn't do it for you.
No, okay, we've gotten drunk off the high life,
but it's taken a beer,
a single beer. Which when
if
we say
you know,
if you know, you know. But seriously, like the high life, light in alcohol, and
extremely,
it just. You know, it's not the most amazing beer. It's just like to me, it's a well, okay. Love the high life.
Yeah.
But
like why?
Objectively, it's not like the most amazing beer. But to me, and I think it's true for you as well, it's a social device like that's just fun to experience with other people. Like rarely am I like, I mean, I like lagers, so this isn't exactly true. But rarely am I like, oh, I could just have a high life right now and I'm just like hanging out reading a book by myself. Like rarely that's the case.
Well, here's probably the distinguishing factor that I think is for you as it is me, that like we love beer so much. You know, we always want to make sure our fridges are stocked with beer. And so, you know, when we're just hanging out, chilling, having a good time, it's like we just want a beer. And for something like, you know, the High Life or the pub beer, which, you know, is made by a craft brewery, they are dirt cheap, like dirt cheap for beer.
So on the 4th of July, I got massive. Are they 32 ounces?
32 ounces.
32 ounces.
That
two
is
of those,
quarter gallon, folks.
2 of those for $4 at like the gas station down the street from me.
Yeah. You bought a gallon of beer.
I bought 4 of those for the 4th of July.
You bought a gallon of beer.
Yeah. For $8.
$8. Which some milk, I've seen milk at, if you get like the fancy pants milk, it's like $6 a gallon.
You talking about almond milk?
Oh yeah, no, I'm talking about like.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, you talk about almond milk, it's like even more expensive.
No, you're right. You're right. So it's for beer, that's nuts.
Yeah,
considering a 6-pack, which is 36 ounces of beer, is $10 or more often for like craft breweries.
Yeah, for craft breweries.
So it's like it was like a no-brainer when you saw that. You were like, "Yep, for the 4th? Are you kidding me?"
Yeah,
but like, yeah. So
I'm kind of mad that I didn't get more, even though we didn't drink.
Yeah, we didn't.
You had one, I had one, and then
Donald,
someone else had one. The 4th one didn't. We could have.
But
again, like, we're not drinking to get drunk. We're like, it's a social tool. It's like a fun thing to do.
And it's not like we stopped there, right? Like we just had like the little 12ers, or we had like a different beer. So, but yeah, so that's the thing, right? Where it's like we just enjoy the taste of beer, and so it's like we don't want to just like be. At least personally, like I just don't want to be spending all this money on beer when it's like I just want a beer. Like, and I enjoy the taste of High Life. I enjoy the taste of pub beer. And the fact that it's so cheap, it's like, sure.
There's so many times where I play Warzone where it's just like, I just want a beverage in front of me. Mm-hmm. And like,
not looking to get drunk.
Beer obviously fits the mood. Like, it could even be like a good non-alcoholic beer, like Partake Brewing. Both of us really liked. If you want to check that out, a few months ago we did non-alcoholic beer like test between like 6 different beers blind.
It was cool.
And Partake, I think both of the Partake beers won first and second.
Yep.
So they're solid, like, but that's how I feel. It's like it could even be non-alcoholic. Grab one of those. It just feels to us, right? It just feels like it makes sense.
Well, that's the thing, right? Where like when we tried the Heineken's non-alcoholic, we're like, this just is like a Heineken. Like,
you throw a lime in this and it's just like delicious Heineken.
Exactly. And so that's the thing with it. It's like these drinks don't have to be alcoholic. But the hard part is it's like it's really hard to make it taste the same without alcohol.
It's true.
And so I like the taste of this. And so if you can make this drink non-alcoholic but keep the taste, sure.
I mean, I can even prove it because so I took a month off of alcohol in January.
Yeah.
And that was when I was like diving into the non-alcoholic beer. Even after January, I've bought Partake Brewing a couple times.
Yeah, it's true.
To me, it's like it's a low carb, non-alcoholic alternative that I can drink, especially like while I'm working out and stuff like that. No, probably
working or working out.
Working out.
Interesting.
I mean, you could. Working.
That was my thought every time when we were sitting them. I was like, I want to bring one of these into work.
So I have, I still have a bottle of, because I drink a couple of these too. I have a bottle, maybe I have 2, of non-alcoholic spirits that we also did an episode or 2 on.
Yeah.
Or maybe I just did a video or something. And I told my boss, I was like, see me drinking an old fashioned in the office. It might be non-alcoholic. It might not be, but you know.
Who's to judge?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't ask, don't tell, right?
If someone asks you, Oh, it's the non-alcoholic.
Yeah.
But
I mean, really, like when you have your own office, right? Like you kind of just have to have like a display of it, right? Where it's like, sorry, this is who I am. But like, it's work safe. It's non-alcoholic.
no, I'm really excited because this is offset here because you guys can't see this, but I have a closet on that side. I'm going to build shelves, like pipe shelves, and with some LED lights. And that's where I'm going to store like my whiskey.
Oh, yeah.
And other like mezcal. Because if you come to our house, there's 1.5 shelves in our like pantry that are
yes. So let's back that. Let's stop there.
Okay.
This is a pantry where people keep, snacks, beans, their rice, their noodles, their cereal. This is their pantry, their pantry in their house, and 50% of it is bottles or alcoholic paraphernalia, if you will. So
yeah,
it's and they need a spot for it.
It's not like we're alcoholics because like 90% of it we don't drink often. It's just like liqueurs and alcohols that I like to make drinks with and all that stuff. So eventually that's where I'm going to store like my stuff. So I can move some of it out of the kitchen and free up some space.
Honestly.
So that's what I plan on doing there. But I was thinking, because we're going to, at some point, not anytime in the near future, we're going to kind of change up the podcast set. And I was thinking, like, when I get some of the, like one of the chairs that we've kind of thrown around idea-wise for the podcast, it'd be funny because I already use like the podcast camera or for my like work meetings. It'd be funny if I had it looking that way. With the whiskey behind me.
Absolutely.
And the podcast chair.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just sitting there with my laptop.
That's the way to do it. That is the way to do it. Would you take the doors off or will you keep those on?
I might take the wall out.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Or I might keep the left kind of wall and then take the top out.
This is so interesting, even for the visual listeners here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just talking about. I mean, it's just a closet. So imagine like
imagine a closet and then that's it.
So one of the sides of the closet is facing. So okay. Imagine the closet's here.
You might as well just get up and turn the camera.
Yeah, this is a wall, and then this space to the to our left of the closet is just open space to a door. That's how you get out of my room. So I might keep this wall and then just remove the top, and there's like a little trim of like drywall on the wall. Just I don't know why. But like, there's just no reason to keep the door or anything because I'm going to remove it. I want it all open. So
it'd be fancy AF is if you got like stage curtain material. Like instead of doors, you have these like big ass stage curtains on either side.
Funny enough, I want to actually do it on this side.
Either way, stage curtains are fucking cool.
Because there's a window over here. If you can't see the blue light. I wanna black this out.
Do you want to do it at the nook, or are you gonna do it on each window?
I have thought about doing it at the nook, and I've thought about cutting the room down a little bit. I'm not sure.
Cutting? What are you talking about? Cut the room down?
Because I might want to do like put a chair over here and like be like a reading nook kind of thing that you can close off.
Okay. Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
So
that'd be cool.
And then one day I want to do, so this is my next project before we actually do any of that stuff, is do a brick veneer on this back wall. So
Renee's mom in Renee's bedroom, which is now Renee's mom's office, she took, it's like those wall coverings of bricks that you see where it's like, oh, it's fake. But like, so I was on Teams meetings with people.
It's called a brick veneer.
Right. But, and maybe this is what you're talking about, but it's not like a normal like plywood wall covering. It's the actual like face of a brick.
Yep.
Okay.
That is a brick veneer. So it's like a half an inch
Yes, of actual brick.
Actual brick with the mortar and everything.
Yeah.
But it's just like it's built onto
Like plywood or something, so then you can
yeah, it's like
wall.
built into sections so you can like stick it to a wall.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it's going to be like
people thought they were
brick.
like, "What the fuck?" They're like, "When did you get? Where's that brick wall?" And it's like, "Is that real?" And I'm like, "Kinda."
It like technically is brick, but it's not like a brick and mortar kind of thing. So, because you can do like what you're saying, like people do that with, like you can even do that with wood, where like you stick it on and it actually has like texture on front of it and everything, but it's just like a sticker.
But it looks so cheesy in my opinion.
I'm with you.
It doesn't look great.
The brick veneers actually like
because brick.
Because they are brick.
Yeah.
It looks and feels like brick. So
yep.
Yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. It's expensive, but
yes,
it's gonna be a couple grand.
Yeah, I believe it, even though it's not that big a wall.
Yeah.
It is pretty tall. Your ceilings are... Well, never mind. Your ceilings, I guess, are pretty normal.
Downstairs, my ceilings are fucking...
Huge. Like Trump huge.
They're fucking huge. The tallest ceilings in the world. Ever. The greatest ceilings ever.
These ceilings deserve a badge of honor. They're so huge. Okay.
This is America. This is America's ceilings.
Damn it.
Mezcal old fashions are
tasty. Yeah, man. I don't think either of us are in a rush to do anything podcast wise, but I know that we are both excited to like spruce things up even more. You know?
Yeah.
Like I think the chairs are actually becoming more and more feasible now that I'm an adult and can buy things. You know? You've kind of been there, you know, but you know, now that I've, you know, settled in, I got my place, you know, doing real adult things, it's like, hey, we could do this.
Well, we've been doing slow improvements, right? Like the mics, the audio setups, the lighting, the camera, all that stuff. Like it's just, you know, day by day.
Right.
Podcast by podcast.
Exactly. So either way, as long as it remains fun, you know, like we said in the beginning, I'll keep doing it.
And hope you guys enjoy it. So let us know if there is a particular drink, beer that you want to see. Maybe you have a recipe for a cocktail that you want to share with us. I'll make it.
Totally. I hope it doesn't suck.
I'll buy the ingredients. I'll make it.
I'll try it.
So yeah, or maybe there's a drink you haven't had yet and you want us to make it, show you how to make it, do that. We're always making different drinks.
Exactly. We're just very open to anything new that we haven't had before in general.
I've dipped into the rum world, which if you know me, I don't like rum, but I've made a couple drinks that I enjoy.
I'd find a rum that you could like.
Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, let us know if you have anything like that, anything you want to see in particular, any beers, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Check out Pints. So last Sunday and then the next Sunday, you're gonna get a couple drinks, a couple beers that we would normally not drink.
Definitely not.
We
did it.
But they are good episodes, especially if you're in the Tacoma area, because we focus on local beers. The goal, really, that the idea stemmed from is my goal is to drink every beer in Tacoma. It's an impossible goal.
Yeah.
I get that. But we've drank a lot of the Tacoma beers.
I don't know. I feel like we've said it on the Pints. I don't know if we've said it in the podcast that we have had, you know, because of the episode, we're almost at 100 podcast episodes that have been printed and, you know, flushed out.
Yep.
We have recorded over 100 episodes.
What episode is this, by the way?
This is 95.
Should we?
Gotta do something big for 100, right?
Our High Life episode?
What? Get what said. Of course we gotta do it. Absolutely. It's gonna be a thing. So
It's gonna be
a thing. We have 5 weeks to plan this.
So we have an idea.
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything about
it. It's very loose, but we just want to show you the high life. We want you to experience what it is. We live in the high life. So that's all I'll say.
Yeah. Other than that, let us know what you want. If you want to see something particular for the 100th episode, let us know.
It's not going to happen.
Comment,
it's going to be the high
subscribe, all
life.
that stuff. You know, for those of you that watch our videos, because our audience is growing a little bit. You want to just share the video, like that helps
totally
get the word out on beer and cocktails and all that good stuff. So
yeah, absolutely.
We just want to entertain, and we want to introduce more people to beer and cocktails and kind of what we love. So
absolutely, yeah, and yeah, like I said, we enjoy doing this, so we're gonna keep doing it. You know,
if no one watches it, we'll keep doing it.
We'll keep doing it because it's a good time. So later, guys.